lift back up off the plant and soil surfaces within several days after it's applied and move around. And we did see some of that. We historically used dicamba pretty early season on corn, and so we didn't see as many issues. And then with the label on the soybeans that were resistant to dicamba, we started to be able to apply it mid-June and later when it was hot, volatility was more likely and surrounding crops were bigger and more likely to get injured. So when those beans became available and everyone started using dicamba like that, we had a lot of instances across the Midwest and South where it moved around. What we saw here was you would see it, it's a little different than a spray particle drift pattern, which typically affects the immediate field next to the one being sprayed and then tapers off. This can move for long distances. So the first one that I looked at had moved down the road and basically blanketed an entire field with prevailing air currents and caused dicamba symptoms to a soybean field that was not resistant to dicamba. So we saw multiple instances of that. They're still happening, but that's the symptom. Really much farther movement than you would see with a spray drift pattern. And the other thing that compounds this is that soybeans that are not resistant to dicamba are very sensitive to dicamba, so they show symptoms from a very low exposure to dicamba, which doesn't necessarily result in yield loss, but it can depending on weather conditions and the severity.